today is Malika Wiley. She is a licensed marriage and family therapist who also currently works with veterans and civilians. Thank you so much for joining us, Malika.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So all week long, as I mentioned, we're covering this topic, and we're going to be pretty versatile in our approach. So we're talking about children and adolescents, and I think one that we need to cover is adults and veterans and people that may be suffering with PTSD. And so what are some qualities or characteristics that we're looking out for, whether it be someone we pass by at church every Sunday, or a neighbor, or a family member or friend that we love dearly?
I would say, honestly, is to ask them how they're doing and really take the time to listen to how someone's doing, right? Even if you are that person, so I'll kind of switch it, and you know that you're isolating a little more depressed, knowing that there is a plethora of individuals that you can reach out to, even if it feels like you don't, if your world is so small, right? And so that is where I would tell the listeners to utilize the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number, you can chat, you can text. So I feel like in that essence, knowing that you aren't alone, even if you do feel alone. The good thing is that if you are a friend, so a brother, a mother, sister, whomever, and you are looking at your family member, and you're like, man, something is off, and I really want to help them. They're having these changes of behaviors. Then you also can call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline and talk with a trained professional who can help guide you through your specific situation. So I like that. So that's for the civilians. As well as the veterans, there is the Veterans Crisis Line. So it's the same number in essence, so the 1-800-273-8255. But what's unique for veterans is that you can press the 1. And it's all individuals that are trained for veterans specifically to help them. And again, veteran family members, both my parents are in the military. And so I like to say, all families, friends, all of us probably know someone that served in some type of service. We also can call on their behalf just to get some knowledge and information.
Sure. Well, I think one of the biggest things that prevents people who are having these thoughts from reaching out for help is that feeling of loneliness and isolation, and thinking nobody can relate. No one's going to understand. My parents won't get it. My children won't get it. My friends won't understand it. So it's good to know that they have people who actually can relate, that are prepared to have these conversations, and they do understand. So let's address the person watching right now who may be suffering these thoughts and emotions. Malika, what would you like to share with our viewers for anyone who might be struggling with these thoughts and emotions, or know someone who is?
So I wanted to really emphasize that thoughts of suicide are completely normal, right? And the fact that we do not have to act on these thoughts. There is a list of information. There is a lot of people out there that are really willing to help you. And so really just knowing that whatever you're struggling with, there is help. So there's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. There's the Veterans Crisis Line.net. And even if there's someone out there, whether it's a counselor, another veteran, just a provider, a family member that wants more information, the VA releases an annual report yearly. And that can be found at the mentalhealth.va.gov, looking under the National Veteran Suicide Prevention Annual Report.
Very interesting. Well, all useful information, and definitely worth checking out these websites regardless, to raise awareness and have a better understanding as an individual on how to help others and prevent suicide. We're talking about it all week long because there doesn't need to be a stigma about this conversation. We can put an end to these thoughts for anyone out there. Just know that you are loved, you are valued, and you do belong. And all those resources are out there to find you help and help you find purpose in this world. Thank you so much, Malika, for your time.
Yes, thank you.